Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me thank the organizers for allowing me to share a few thoughts on climate risk. And as you know, the sixth assessment cycle of the IPCC has resulted in three special reports as well as an emissions inventory. The main reports from working groups 1, 2, and 3, as well as the synthesis report, is delayed due to COVID-19, but our scientists are working very hard on a virtual basis. According to the special report on global warming of 1.5 degrees, human activities have contributed to about 1 degree of global warming already, and we are seeing the consequences for people, nature, and livelihoods. And at this rate, we expect to reach 1.5 degrees in the next decade or by 2052. But the good news is that past emissions do not commit us to this 1.5 degree world. We can make a change. The impacts of global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to 2 degrees Celsius is expected to result in less extreme weather, with less sea level rise, where 10 million fewer people will be exposed to the risk of rising seas. We also expect lower impact on biodiversity and food production, as well as water shortages, and lower risk to fisheries and livelihood. While 0.5 degrees is such a small number, global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius results in a difference that will impact up to several hundred million souls. How can we limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius? We would require changes on an unprecedented scale. We'll need deep emission cuts in all sectors, a range of technologies to be deployed, behavioral changes, as well as increased investment in low carbon options. Emissions of carbon dioxide to fall by 45% by 2030. This calls for ethical and fair transitions. So, limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius is not impossible, but political and societal will is key to accelerate this transformation. The disaster risk reduction cycle covers prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. In every phase, there is opportunity for climate change adaptation, and in every phase, there's opportunity for climate change mitigation. The synergies are tremendous. So as we move from recovering from COVID-19 occurrences, science and technology should reset better. Why reset better? Because the Sendai framework's philosophy is to build back better. If you recall, after World War II, the United Nations was established and we had a period of tremendous development and economic growth. Here, science and technology has this opportunity to support structural changes centered on human well-being and dignity. Science and technology can promote just and ethical transformation to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. Science and technology has the capacity to build resilience from global to local scales, taking into account context and area-specific needs. Science and technology can address risks across both short and long-term time scales. Science and technology has the capacity to enhance digital transformation and connectivity, to promote land-based solutions and ecosystem rehabilitation so that we can avoid future pandemics. With science and technology, we can accelerate the synergies between the Sendai framework on DRR as well as the SDG goals as well as the Paris Agreement. Science and technology has this tremendous capacity, and we need to rise to the occasion to reset better post-COVID-19. Thank you very much for listening to me.